Another day, another issue. First thing that happens today is that the internet is not working, so I've got to do my usual all-around fix it, and reach over, turn it off, and turn it on again. The universal solution to all IT problems. Okay, the first thing that you have to do when scripting comics is to lay out the dialogue in the way that you actually want the dialogue to be laid out on the finished comic, or thereabouts. You can always adjust it a little bit later, but what I've got here is basically one of the 5 episodes of All Over the House that's going to come out next week, and I've laid the dialogue out in the standard statement-response fashion for each frame, and then what that does is tell me how much space I've got to work with for the characters, background, and things like that. You don't want to spend ages drawing something just to have dialogue go over the top of it, so you've got to get your dialogue laid out first. That's how it works. And what I'm going to do now is take a break, because I need to get out of the house. The weather is and it's giving me a bunged up. As you can probably hear, I'm bunged up. So I need to get out of the house, get a bit of fresh air. And then once I've been out, what I'm going to do is have another look at these, try and tighten up the dialogue, and see whether I can get it really punchy. And then I'll work on actually putting the sketches in. And that'll be most of the day. And then after I've done that, I've got Knob Mouse to do, the other comic, 5 episodes of that. And same thing, write the dialogue, take a break, probably while scripting the Monday Book Club, because that's coming out tomorrow now. And once I've done that, come back, tighten up the dialogue, and then sketch it. So I'm down in town because I thought I'd have a different scenery for my exercise today, and just walk down to town. But I thought, while I'm down in town, let's go and pop to work. I'll go and check my emails there instead of doing it on my phone. And if there's any phone calls to make them from here. And on the way, I found this poster on the wall for rabble rousers. Guys, come on. You lost the election. Get over it. This kind of behaviour is not right. You know what? We have a right to free democratic meetings as well as you guys. So if you're going to say, oh, well, we've got a right to be here, so do we. So don't try and stop ours by blockading it. I'm very angry at the moment because this is the level that politics has descended to in this country, where just mob mentality of rabble-rousing arses. I'm really, really annoyed. It doesn't do the left any good to be seen as just violent, ignorant, argumentative, and willing to just go and shout and scream and stamp their feet if they don't get their way. The average person on the street isn't one of the people that's going to be in your crowds wearing stupid pig masks and demonstrating. They're going to be the person at home watching it on the news and going, what kind of behaviour are these people trying to engage in? Why are these people doing this? That's the person that you need to win over, and you don't do it by coming and causing a fuss. Do it properly. And also, while you're at it, get rid of Corbyn. He's ridiculous. Okay, politics aside, I'm down in town, and the charity shops in CX were open, and so was games. So I decided, well, might as well chance it, and they did not fail me. I am so happy. It's nice when you just walk out and find a couple of things for pretty cheap, and it adds to the collection. So let's have a look. Just a quick look. I'll do a proper game haul when I get home. CX, I have a load of power discs and pogs for Disney Infinity, so that adds to my collection rather nicely. Very happy there. I'm not sure about these two. I think I've already got them, but for 20 pence I was going to take a gamble anyway. So that was nice. And then a load of PS2 and one PS1. This one I picked up, and we'll have a proper talk about it at home. Tony Hawk's, because Tony Hawk's is great. But it's in the FIFA 2002 case, which is weird, but I'll take it anyway. Okay, while this is booting up, I'm going to say it's good to get some exercise, but it's good to be back home as well. Today, it's very humid weather, so it's actually killing to be outside. My goodness. But got my nice cup of tea, so I'm just waiting for the computer to boot up, then we can get on with the comics now. So we're doing all right today. It's going quite well. In case you're wondering, yes, that was a reused tea bag that I used in that shot for making the cup of tea. And the reason for that is that I get intense migraines from caffeine. So I use decaf tea bags and decaf coffee if I feel like having a coffee, but most of the time it's tea because I'm a tea fan. Sorry, very British stereotype. But the thing about decaf is that it still has some traces of caffeine in it. So I use a reused tea bag after I've made a cup. I'll make a cup of tea with a fresh bag. Then for my next cup of tea, I'll use the bag that I just used. And the reason for that is that if I have too much decaf, I still get a migraine from the caffeine. But if I have a proper new tea bag and then a reused one, and then a new one and then a reused one, then I can have several cups of tea a day and keep myself refreshed without getting a migraine. Because the second one, it's much, much weaker. So that's how I do it. You learn these tricks and you get by, don't you, when you have a problem that you can't get rid of? Okay, the comic drawing wasn't coming together. My wrist is killing me and I'm not sure why. So I'm going to give it a break, give it a rest, and go back to the comic drawing later. So what I'm going to do instead is talk about the games that I showed you down in town, a little bit down in town earlier on. So we're going to start off with the one that I made something out of. Tony Hawk's, just Tony Hawk's skateboarding. Now, the front says Tony Hawk's. The back says FIFA 2002. And 2002 FIFA World Cup. I actually have this on PlayStation. So that was interesting, but it's not FIFA. The manual is Tony Hawk's. The game is Tony Hawk's. So I'm going to be playing that later on. I enjoyed Tony Hawk's 3, and I think I've mentioned that on a previous on Game Hammer Extra. Actually, now I mention it. I mentioned Tony Hawk 3. Now it was a lot of fun. I've got 3 and 4 on PlayStation 2, so now I have the original on PlayStation in the wrong box, but never mind. Now here's something that's funny, because Game doesn't take in PS2 games anymore. But this was in their bargain bin when I went in. I was looking for Disney Infinity figures, but America's Most Wanted. I was talking to them behind the counter. They were saying, yeah, you don't see stuff like that anymore. I said, yeah, there's a good reason for that. It's an extreme bad taste. And he went, yeah, to be honest with you, it is a bit of bad taste. So I'm going to open it and have a look because it's security sealed. You know how Game do that. They don't keep the games behind the counter. They put them in the boxes and security seal them, which is a bad idea from my point of view because it makes it an awful lot easier for people to just wander in and steal them. But I suppose they know what they're doing. And look what they've done. The security tag is over the opening of the box, so that's going to make it difficult for me to open this box properly. They should take these off in the store. I don't know why they don't. Oh, haha! So that straight off. First time I've had a security tab just pull off. Okay, let's have a quick look. Now, it's not the best quality. What on earth? That's a bit weird. Now, the manual, it's in reasonable condition apart from this massive thing here. I think it's been pre-owned before and someone taken it out and ripped it. But aside from that, the manual doesn't look like it's been used much. It's damaged on the side there, but how weird was that CD? It seems alright from there. Actually, it's covered in fingerprints, and I don't see any PS2 hologram on it either. I wonder. No, maybe it's alright. Well, we'll give it a try and see what it is. That kind of slowed the show down, didn't it? So let's put that to one side. 49 pence. I mean, it's good price. Now, the rest comes from CEX. They were my 2 interesting finds. The rest are from CEX. They're all pretty cheap, so we're going to go through them quick. Sky Surfer. 25 pence. I thought I'd give it a punt despite the fact that it's got damage on the edge. The case seems in reasonable condition, and it is an original box. Manual, a few creases, and it's got that pre-owned sticker on it. And a couple of bits where it looks like there's been glue on it. But let's quickly check the quality of the disc. Oh, polished up very nicely. Now, the guy in CX actually polished these up for me while I was looking around the charity shop because he said they were all a bit scratched, so they should all work. World Championship Snooker 2005 to go with my 2007 one. It looks interesting. Damage on the top there, but not much I can do about that. Damage on the top and the front. Basically, it's been out of the box. It's been one of those that sticks out at the top of the plastic at some point. No manual though, sadly, but you can't have everything. Now this one I got because I've never heard of it, and I thought, well, I might not see it again, so I'll give it a try. Margaret's Word Brain. Yeah. I don't know who she is, but the back is in many languages. I'm wondering whether it's a French release. Yeah, attention, c'est ce temps passant l'utilisation de ce jeu nécessite de précautions d'un plus précaires qui sont détaillées dans la notation. It's French. It's a French game. So I thought, I'll give it a try. For £1, I'll give it a try. And it's got this weird... This woman's like... She looks like she's from The Simpsons. She's yellow with purple hair. I'm assuming that the yellow woman with the purple hair is supposed to be this woman on the front. And I'm wondering whether Margot is someone that in France is well known. I don't know. Late edition case. The manual seems to be in pretty good condition, actually. And yeah, we'll give that a try later on, see how it goes. Right, final one from CX is Heat Seeker. At first I thought I had this already. It's the case is grubby as hell. It's going to need a clean up. But I'll give it a try. Again, no manual. But the disc's been polished like the other ones. So I'll give them all a try later on. Now, the other thing that I really wanted to CX for, to be honest with you, is to have a look at Disney Infinity. I'm trying to find a decent copy of Syndrome. Now, he's the only original Disney Infinity model I don't have. And it's annoying me that every time I see him, because the majority of the Syndrome figure is black due to his cape and costume, so the entirety of the figure is moulded in black plastic, and then the rest of the detailing is painted on. But the problem that with that is Disney used a paint that isn't all that sturdy. It tends to chip and flake. Not flake, but it tends to chip if it gets knocked. And Syndrome gets knocked a lot because he's one of the older ones. It gets bumped around. And as a result, every single Syndrome I've seen has been damaged on the white S on his front or on his face. So you end up with black marks all over him. So I'm trying to find one that's in decent condition, and it's really, really hard. And they had a Syndrome down in town, and it turned out to be the one that I ordered from CEX's website, and I had to take back because it was messed up on the front, and someone had tried to repair it with white paint. So that's sad, but what can you do? But anyway, when I went in, they pulled out all of the box full of their little pogs, the power discs and stuff. So I ended up getting a few. I've got the one from Tron, Mulan's Horse, Alice in Wonderland flamingo thing, the Pizza, I want to say Pizza Express truck, but it's not, is it? It's the Pizza Planet truck from Toy Story. Mickey Mouse's car. Yes, I like Mickey Mouse's car. Now, these two, before I move on to the final two, I thought I already had, but they were 10p each, so I took a punt on them. It turns out I don't. I was thinking of Frozen. This is Rapunzel's Terrain Discs and Sky Discs. Then we have New Holland. I don't know what that's from. It says on the back Frankenweenie, so yeah. And Nemo's Terrain Disc. I don't have the Sky Disc, but I do have the Terrain Disc. So that's nice. So it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Jen phoned me just after I'd finished recording this last bit and said that we're redoing the office tomorrow. So we're measuring out, putting shelves in. We're going to have the gaming wall. It's starting to take place. It's going to be great. But because we're doing that tomorrow, I've had to reschedule everything that we're doing. So basically, I've just done the whole of tomorrow's comic. Instead of just sketching it, sketched, inked, coloured, lettered, everything. It's ready, it's about to go up, and it'll go online at midnight, so it's there fresh for Monday. So that gets that out of the way, but I've also got to do the odd mouse, and I've also got the sketching for everything done. So it looks like Monday Book Club may end up being written, recorded, and uploaded tomorrow, which is not great. I'd prefer not to do it that way, but needs must in this sort of situation. I've got time now to do a lot of the sketching. I don't have time tomorrow to do the sketching, but I have to get those done for the comics to go up. So, rejigging, but what can we do? Okay, so here's the thing. 3 comics sketched. Tomorrow's is done for all of the house. I haven't even started a knob mouse. It's getting harder and harder because I've damaged my wrist. So I think the rest of today is finished. I'm going to rest this up, get this edited, and then just sit and read for a bit. Something that doesn't harm my hand. So that's it for today. So thanks very much. See you later.